they're not going to be off.
Okay, let's go ahead then.
Yeah. Okay. First morning out here, thought they were a little bit sluggish, getting used to the 6 a.m. format, which is to be expected. So we got to get used to it, get better at it, and push through it. And it was good to see. It was good to see them out here. We're in full pads again and ahead of schedule because of being an opening week.
Have you made a decision about the number 2 quarterback?
We have. We feel very confident about both guys. They can both run our offense. Really, there's not much difference at all between them. And in the end, we decided somebody had to be number 2, so Max is number 2. Hopefully, we'll be in a situation at a point during this year, or possibly a couple times, where both of them get action. That would be ideal for us. This will have nothing to do with who is the starter next season. In the spring, the competition will be wide open, just like what we said last fall, where Cody was 2 ahead of Max.
What was the determining factor? Fall practice game week. Does it have a new feel, kind of fresh start, or is it going to check feel?
Yeah, I think so. I think Sunday had it, but then now that we're in the morning and they're in school as well, yeah, it does feel a lot more realistic, and it's time to go.
Was there any 1 or 2 factors that separated Max from Cody, or that you liked what you saw about Max?
Not really. It really was that they both commanded the offense really well. They both made a bunch of plays, had good numbers throughout fall, and either of them could go in at any time, I think, and run our offense. We just had to figure out who would go in the first play if needed.
Now that there are so many expectations outwardly, how do you manage that inwardly?
Well, we talked about it day 1 of camp, and really we don't go back to it. I think our players understand that whatever the media says or where they're ranked or how many preseason All-Americans have nothing to do with winning the games. Winning the games will be about how they practice, how they prepare all week, and how they perform on Saturdays.
Hawaii's offensive line only has 2 upperclassmen and it's 2 deep. Is that something, would you have preferred to kind of have this defensive line get baptized by fire, or do you like that it's kind of an easy step into a game situation?
No, I don't really think about it like that. We're just going to play who's ever on our schedule and not try to figure out what we want them to be like. And so it's about us more than anything. It doesn't matter who you play, it doesn't matter how many veterans are on a certain unit. You've got to play really well. You don't get lined up right, you don't get assignments. It doesn't matter who you're playing. So this game will definitely be about us doing things well, especially up front on defense.
Do you feel like in this first week you're going to have a good rotation of guys up front?
I think we'll know for sure as we get later and really figure out everything about our exact game plan, how we're going to do that. But we definitely would like to, and we're definitely going to try to do that if we can.
What went into your decision to give Crown a grading scholarship?
Just really, you're talking about a guy that started on our team last year and really did a great job. Great student athlete, and so you just took the whole picture into it. He earned it. He's done more around here than a number of our guys on scholarship.
Do Abe, Tony, and Will also have scholarships for this year?
Abe and Tony are on scholarship for this season.
Who is the number 3 receiver on the depth chart? It's kind of hard to make out because you got those guys as backups.
Yeah, I think I don't think there is a definitive number 3 receiver. We have different personnel, different guys playing. I would think that the 3 guys that you would probably think would be right there as the 3 would all play, and so hopefully we'll get them all to play, and within that, you can sit back after game 1 and maybe somebody outperforms the other ones. So I would anticipate them all playing.
What about number 3 cornerback, who's kind of the leader in the clubhouse for that role?
Well, once again, we don't know for sure the exact status of everybody and what percentage they are going into this game, so that's too hard to tell.
Wayne, can you comment on Christian Edwards' development last year? What do you guys expect from him this year?
Yeah, I had injury setbacks in his first year here, and so missed a lot of time with us, so it's almost like he's a freshman right now. And we've seen, over the 3 weeks, we've seen a big improvement in him, and understanding our system and getting inside. So I think that he's got a very bright future. I don't know when that's going to be exactly, but eventually it will.
How would you describe Matt Markman as far as how good he is to us?
Yeah, I think Matt's had a really good camp. I don't think we did very well today on offense. Our skilled guys with him, for whatever reason, weren't extremely sharp. So we got time to clean that up, and I know we will.
No, but as far as everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's Matt. He does everything and really helps the young guys, and really he's always been a good leader, but even more now, really getting on guys to make sure that like we tell the team, this is the seniors' team. It's not my team. It's the seniors' team. This is their last shot. So we really see them take ownership.
How confident are you that he won't get swept up in the hype?
Very confident. He won't get swept up in the hype. We just got to remind him to make sure that he's playing within the system and doesn't try to force balls just because of comparisons to numbers of other people and where he's at this point after 3 games, 4 games, all those things.
What was the thought process behind having Silas Red and Curtis McNeil as co-starters on the depth chart?
Yeah, just really as we look at them, we both feel confident. Silas has learned our whole offense. We both feel like they're both really starters to us. So I don't know who's going to go out on the first play and don't really care. They're both going to play a lot.
Did you talk to Curtis about it or feel the need to? Because he was a returning starter and maybe expected to be that?
I did not. I don't really talk to, except for something like the quarterback thing, because that obviously gets a lot of attention. The oars and stuff like that, I don't even talk to these guys about it because they understand that still doesn't mean very much, the depth charts. They've been told that forever. The depth chart between what you guys read and between the games can drastically change based on how the performance was.
Were you involved in the decision to put the players' Twitter handles on their bios and on the depth chart?
I was not, no.
What do you think about that?
I don't care. It didn't have anything to do with it.
You have a Darius Rogers update?
We do not have anything new on Darius.
Is there a drop-dead date for when you need to know his status?
No.
What's the best thing you did over summer vacation?
The best thing I did, sign Silas Red.